Hello everybody, and today I'm going to show off my 3D printed Airsoft Flintlock Derringer pistol. First things first though, we're going to go over the parts that you are going to need to make this. So I use my Ender 5 Pro using PLA plastic. In addition to that, you'll need some non-3D printed parts. So you're going to need silicone grease, you're going to need super glue. As well, you're going to require some 25mm, 3mm thick O-rings. Link down in the description to the Amazon link for that product. And of course, you're going to need BBs. I also use this 3¼ inch by 13/16 inch compression spring. You don't have to use this exact model, but it can't be any bigger than 13/16 inch diameter, or else it won't fit into the piston. Before you begin printing off this project, you'll need to print off the gauge barrels. The purpose of the gauge barrels is to help you find the best barrel diameter for your gun barrel. In the file, you'll find multiple different gun barrels with different dimensions. This is because not all printers print at the same tolerances, and you want to make sure that your 6mm BBs are going to fit into your gun barrel. The gauge barrels will help you find the correct diameter. Simply print the gauge barrels at your printer's highest quality at whatever infill you're planning to print the gun barrel at. Then slide the BBs through each gauge barrel until you find the one that the BB fits smoothly through. The BBs shouldn't fall through, and they shouldn't be so hard to get through that you have to push them. The dimensions are written on the side. Whatever gauge barrel the BB fits smoothly through, print the gun barrel at those dimensions. For me, that was 6.3mm. You may find that whatever end was printed on the bed might be harder to get BBs through. Ignore that when deciding what barrel diameter to go with. Alright, now let's get to the gun itself. So I'm just going to dismantle this quickly, and then I'm going to reassemble it, show you guys how it's done, and I'll go and talk about the print settings for each part while I assemble it. Just included below here, I'll have the actual file name so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so the 3D printer slicer I used was Cura, and every single part I printed on its highest resolution quality, which is 0.12mm. This part was printed at 10% infill. The little nubs on the end there with holes in it for the pins, those are a little fragile, so watch out when handling that. Supports are on with this STL as well. Also with this STL, I have a little piece in the file that allows it to basically hover above the print bed, and that just prevents the barrel from warping and making it too tight for the BB to fit through. And as I mentioned earlier, this is the barrel, so there are multiple different variations depending on which diameter works best for your printer settings or printer. Also, another part which is inserted into the barrel, but I couldn't remove it because it was stuck in. And this is basically a rudimentary hop-up, and you insert this cylindrical piece into the barrel, and this will basically snugly fit the BB so then it doesn't roll out of the barrel. This part should be printed at 100% infill with supports on. This piece is printed at 10% infill with supports on. This is the piston piece, and it's printed at 100% infill with supports on. As well as it has the O-ring inserted on it, and right now I'm just going to swap it out for the Amazon ordered ones. And I'm just going to apply the silicone grease like so. Next, I'll insert the spring into the piston, and then I'll insert the piston in spring into the barrel. This piece is printed at 100% infill with supports on. It has a 3D printed spring attached to it. and that will be inserted into the handle piece. It's shown right now. And this piece is printed at 100% infill with supports on as well. And this is just inserted into the barrel section. There's a little insert there that fits into the trigger. And this next part's a little tricky because I'll take this next part and it will have all the pins. It's printed at 100% infill with supports on, and I just have to make sure to line up those two pieces so that the pins slide through and secure the gun. Now I'll insert the hammer piece. This is printed at 100% infill with supports on, and this will just help secure the gun together. And that's it, it's secured. And then this piece is more so just decorative. It's printed at 100% infill with supports on, and if you want, this is the one part that would require glue. And then this piece is printed at 100% infill with supports off, and this is just a ramrod. And we'll just do a test fire here so I can show you how it's done. So there's the BB. First you will cock the gun by pushing the piston back, insert the BB, and this part is really important. You just want to give it the lightest touch. Just tap it as light as possible. If you hit it too hard, you'll actually get the BB stuck, and you'll have to dismantle the gun to get that BB out. There's no other way to get the BB out if it gets stuck in there. And that's it. It's done.